Welcome, Bridgetown. From the Bridgetown Comedy Festival in Portland, Oregon, Harmontown is now in session. Oh, yeah. Please welcome to the stage the mayor of Harmontown, Mr. Dan Harmon.
Hello, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, family. Thank you. Jeff, when you warm up the crowd when we go to Portland, and you talk about how great Portland is, and you ask them how long they've been in Portland, what do you think I'm going to talk to them about? You're doing my act. I don't have an act. I don't do magic tricks. That was half my act. I love Portland. I'm glad you're warmed up, but now I got nothing.
Portland can bear both of our love, Dan.
Oh, it can. It can bear everybody's. It's a wonderful town.
What's your favorite thing about Portland, Oregon?
I love the feeling of ass kiss exhaustion of loving a city so much that you get mad. Like, fuck Portland. Every time Aaron and I come here, we extend our stay by a couple more days because we're constantly, like, I'm sure every person from Los Angeles talks about moving here. I'm sure we have to be typical, and so we keep staying here longer and longer because we just want to get mad at something. I just, like, we got to find out what these people are bad at. What are you bad at? Parallel parking. Okay. So yeah, okay. I'll believe it.
What is the worst thing about being in Portland? Like, is there a thing that you guys are known for being shitty at besides parallel parking? Merging? Asshole drivers.
Passive aggression. It's very interesting.
Some girl pointed at somebody else and did passive aggression.
Passive aggression, and they nod their head like, tell him, Kevin. What do you mean?
Fucking Kevin, he's the worst.
Your yogurt shop that won't let anyone in unless they turn off their phone. You guys love yogurt still, right? It's still 1993. And Seattle. If there's anything, like, I'm telling you now, I'm kind of a Portland expert in one degree because I one aspect because I'm only ever walking around your town. So 4 or 5 visits to Portland, I feel comfortable saying their homeless population is very distinct. Like, and it's not like in San Francisco, the homeless population is like, I think it's like, they're like Mad Max homeless people because who doesn't want to be a homeless guy in San Francisco? Like, it's high stakes. So it's like, they're actually like people who could own homes here or in LA. When you become homeless, you want to be in San Francisco so that you feel less homeless. So the homeless people in San Francisco have like garbage can lids for vests. And they have like gimmicks, like they do card tricks. It's a fucking racket, man. It's like a full-time job.
I was walking down the road here on East Burnside, and is that where we are, right? Yeah. Thank you. Wow.
They're sharp. It's 4 p.m., by the way. We're not going to be funny at 4 p.m., but you guys are going to be very like on your shit, and that's always good. I want 3 cups of coffee. Yep.
The comedy rule is that nothing's funny when the sun's out, but we're in Portland, so the sun's never out, so it's perfect. I was walking up the road to just right here by Sizzle Pie, and there were 2 just good and proper homeless dudes. Like, there were 2 guys hanging out, like kind of middle-aged white guys that looked like your proper art department winos. And I was
very well-designed homeless people you guys have here. They have like cool tattoos.
We got Steve
dogs.
Steve Agee laughing like the Phantom of the Opera up there.
Oh no!
I thought you were dead.
I forgot we got.
So I was walking down the road to go get some sizzle pie, which I quite enjoy. And these 2 guys were sitting there in a doorway, lurking, and just kind of supine and sharing a beer. And a guy started to gesture to me and say something. And under normal circumstances, that would be, brother, can you spare a dime? You got any spare change, kind of stuff. He goes, nice coat, man.
Oh my God.
He didn't want shit. He wanted to fucking enjoy my coat.
I've been getting that for 3 days. Aaron got me this AT-AT shirt, for the Star Wars AT-AT shirt. And okay, so they're faking it. Because they're like, cool shirt, bro.
Wait, were they just here in the doorway, just on the block right here?
Well, everywhere. No, multiple homeless people loved my AT-AT shirt. No, they didn't. They're Portland homeless people, and you guys are secretly vain. And this is the biosphere. We're just learning this now. They're like living on the methane of this ocean floor because there's no sun. So they're like, okay, compliment their hair and their shirt. That's the difference between a Portland homeless guy that lives to see a homeless tomorrow.
Even the homeless people are passive aggressive here. Wow, nice expensive coat you've got there.
But I
guess I'll just sit here in the shade and like be in a puddle for the rest of my life.
They're more packed up too, though. They're less solo. I'm gonna strike out a theory that's just I'm sure you guys are sick of being characterized as like wonderful Zen people and like liberal and wonderful and nurturing. There's probably some small part of you that's driving home at night and going like, why don't out-of-towners just understand that I'm fucked up too? Just because I can hold a city together doesn't mean I'm a fucking I'm this highway to heaven for you when you're coming out of town. Like, but I'm telling you, I mean, you guys to the extent that you are Portland. I mean, you guys are pretty infuriatingly cool and hard to upset. And you're very nice to out of towners. And but there was a guy. I don't know if I can even. I have no idea if he was homeless, but he was definitely strange. And he was a middle-aged guy, and he was holding a skateboard. I immediately wrote this down. The last time I was in Portland, I feel like I had an encounter that I had to immediately write down because like they asked for money. I would have to scroll back through our backlog to hear that because I told the story. They asked for the couple of years ago. They asked for money, and I think I gave them money, and then they said, like, "Thank you, we're crackheads." And then some weird like kind of flourish like you got to be careful out here. So I can't remember what it was, but anyways, but I remember writing it down and presenting the show. And then again it happened because this middle-aged guy who's like had like a kind of riffraff from Rocky Horror kind of hair style, and he was holding a skateboard and he was dressed in like with like heavy metal kind of like like a heavy metal concert goer kind of clothes, but like also kind of fucked up like he's seen a couple nights under a bridge, but he's holding a skateboard and had the riffraff hair and was like my age. And as we passed each other, when I was 8 feet from him, he said, "Do you have a cigarette?" So I had 4 feet to say, "No, I don't, sorry." And then as he passed me, even though neither of us slowed down, he said, "Do you have any Mortal Kombat stuff?"
Please tell me you said yes.
Well, I have to stress though that it was like I was 4 feet. They were 8 feet apart, but commenced 30 years of head scratching that'll never. This is why I need to believe in God, because I need to believe that these moments will be explained to me. That guy, he just got kicked out of his place and he had a bag full of Mortal Kombat like stuff, and he just wanted to sell you stuff. And I'm like, oh, good. And then God says like, plus you had 8 spiders in your mouth. Any more trivia you want to know? Yes, like lots of stuff. Like you could spend 500 years analyzing the 57 years I'm going to be here.
I got in the car from our hotel, or my hotel, which is like like a short, like a decent walk from here, and I was getting a ride over here, and there was a guy on the road carrying a skateboard, and I think it was a guy because he looked like me if he had a skateboard. If I was walking down the street with a skateboard and wasn't wearing a suit, my height, my kind of like haircut, like my build, and yet. Perfect tits. It was a guy it was clearly a guy, and he had like beautiful bouncing boobs in his shirts, and he was just cruising down the road with a skateboard. I'm like, that's a good town. There's a Jeff Davis with delicious double D's walking down the road.
That's specific enough that guy's probably listening, I think, and knows. So call in.